See what's in the drop. On the other side of the military base. Ooga, ooga, ooga. Catch that drop. Hello, Mr. Horsey. Shall we ride? First, let's see if we can ride. Nice and easy. No, easy, easy, easy. Oh, easy. Can you get up? No? I don't fight the horses. They ain't gonna go. They ain't gonna go. I knew I should have walked over to the other side and then did it. It is what it is. What? Come on, there's bullet drop off. Why is it not hit? Might not be registering. No, he's dead. Pretty sure they changed the way the bolties drop used to be a little bit more pronounced, I guess. Unless have changed it. I don't know. I haven't played Rust in a while, so. No idea. But I will take what I'll take. Where was I? Just a fun. Dooby dooby doo doo. Get me some piggies. I raided him earlier. Excuse me. So, on this server, we have some quality of life plugins. One of them is Fit Redmark every time. And you have to purchase one of our kits. But it's a low-level kit. We have tiers, like wood tier, we have stone tier, we have metal, and then we have high-quality tier. Everybody gets the quality of life plugins if they buy the wood tier. So you don't really, it's a small investment if you play on the server. It's only $5. Translated in other currencies, since it's an EU server, it's like, I don't know, what is it, €3 and something, which is crazy, but yeah. And then there's other tiers, like the top tier. I can show you the top tier kits. You get a little bit more. You get some building kits, some other stuff. And, you get quite a bit within the kits too. So, and the thing is, if you buy the wood tier kit, you get 2 other kits for free. So. I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. Kit-wise, right? So you can see wood, stone, metal, and HQ in it. But within the wood tier kit, if you buy this combat kit, you get the builder's kit, and you get the farming kit also. So in these wood kits, you get standard, some arrows, some food. This is what you get. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Why he put a stone there is beyond me. Either way. You also get this. So you get this kit basically for the low price of €3, €3.50, which is $5. Then you get this. And you also get this one. So So you get 3 kits for the price of 1 on all these tiers. So, same thing for stone. Got a little something here for you. Slightly better, of course. Get the stone builder kit. And then you get the stone farming kit. What's that? Right here. So you get a little bit more teas. None of this stuff. We're going to metal next. You can sort it by up here. So this is what you get for your metal kit. Right? Bing, 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 bing. And your builder kit, a little bit better. Right? A little bit more. And then your farming kit, it's a little bit better, a little bit more. Then you go into your HQM tiers. Your HQM tiers, bang, this is where things start looking a lot better. Right? This is a $20 kit. It gets you all 3 kits for the price of 1. So you get all this. Right? And that was your builder kit, and then your farming kit. And a bunch of teas. You get these, which last an hour, I believe, or 2 hours. And then you go on from there. So there's a starter kit that you can claim initially. You know, nothing fancy, some stupid stuff, you know. But it's something to get you started. And then that's it. That's our kit set. We don't plan on doing anything else with the kits. If we notice that if we notice that the kits are given unfair advantages, like really bad advantages, then, you know, especially in the start. But anybody can buy that kit. Like, you can go to another server and you can spend $100 for a kit that has less. And only gives you one item. And you can come here and you can buy a $20 kit that gives you 3 different kits. We're gonna be, since this is a new server, we're gonna be building up the server population as much as possible and doing those types of things to try to get people on this server. We did have a 5,200 people playing on the server said it was too high. But it still has all your biomes and the majority. There's only 3 monuments missing. I think the main one is like Airfield. Probably because it's such a large monument, you know, it takes up a lot of space. But either way, like I said, there's nothing on the server. Like, you can get a start even with the wood kit, or you can get a start with the stuff. You don't need to purchase stuff. We would appreciate if you do, of course, you know, because it helps us pay for the server and all the mods and all the money I had to put out already. Shooting below him. Thought he would run faster, just running into the bullets, but yeah, okay. Anyway, is that good flesh gun? Yeah, it's better than I should have used a knife. Anyway, you don't have to buy it. It absolutely does. It's not much to keep the server up and running, but it also will help us to increase server pop if more people want to join than what can right now. And, you know, possibly to add mods that might help improve the server even more. I mean, I got a lot of quality of life mods, and I have a lot of other mods that we're not going to put on this server because it would make the server a little bit too easy, and I don't really want to do that. And it's only a 2-time server, so it's vanilla still, basically, for the most part. I mean, you get double scrap, double this, double that, but stack sizes are a little higher on the server. They may change. But I like the stack sizes only because it means you can stay out a little bit longer and farm. It also means you got more room within your TC. You don't have to constantly be focusing on your TC while leveling or doing what you want to do. We are the only server that I'm aware of that allows you to take control of mining or cave lifts. Not that other people can't use the lift, but they can't call the lift. We have a call system for the cave lift so that you don't have to jump down and kill yourself every single time. And I'll show you how that works. Here, anything good? Yes. Always good to have that. So, we have a UI that you can utilize, right? So there is, where did it go? Oh. There it goes. Anyway, you have a UI that you could utilize if you want to. You can unclaim the lift. So when you first go to use the lift, you'll get an option to claim it. And then once you claim it, it's your lift. Nobody else can claim it. The thing is if people jump down and they survive, they can still use the lift to get up with no issues. It doesn't stop them from using the lift at all. It just means that the owner of the cave base, that's where the lift is, has the ability to call the lift. So you can use the UI to call the lift, right? So the lift comes up. UI. Let's get rid of that UI. All right. And you can use the command LC also. So lift call. So you can use LC to call it if you wanted to. Jump in the lift. And go down to your base without killing yourself. Now, is it hard to just go down and not kill yourself? No, not at all. But every time you do, you guys know you get food and water and everything else. It's just it can be an inconvenience at times. No. There's no sense. I will maintain and keep maintaining the fact that there is no sense of why you can't call a lift anyway. The wheel is up top where somebody would be, right? And if this was a real life situation, so I mean, they got some kind of things in here that make sense, right? They put horses in the game. You know, we got lock on shit. We can't melt snow for water, which is weird. I don't understand that. You just make it a resource and then melt it for water. And we couldn't build a friggin' little peg, or, you know, just a round handle to put into the lift control and spin it up to us anyway if we wanted to. We could absolutely do that without a problem. In real life, you could do that. You could put it and then just spin the thing, and then a lift like this would come up to you. It didn't ever make no sense that you couldn't. So we did a mod that you can control the lift. Only you can control them. Nobody else can. You still have to try and come down the normal way. And if you die, you die. But it would not stop you if you wanted to use the lift to get back up. Say you got up and you didn't want to raid because it looked a little too hard for you to raid or whatever, or you don't think you have enough. Well, you can use the lift to go back up. There's nothing to stop you from using the lift. So it's not like only I control the lift and you can't use it if you were down here. No, you could use the lift just like normal. We only give the players control to be able to get the lift. Now, we still got a little bit to do with it, because if we wipe the server, you'll still have claim to a lift. that you shouldn't have claim to. We need to make sure that when the server wipes or we change map sizes, that the claims on any lift that you might have, they will go away. And you can only claim one lift, so you can't go around and claim all the cave lifts. It's not possible. Can't do it. And I noticed that we didn't think that would be an issue with the lift claim on a wipe or on. Well, it won't be an issue on a wipe per se, but it will be an issue if you change map sizes. The server does what it does, which is wipe everything. But we didn't wipe blueprints. We wipe blueprints monthly, so on force wipe. So this force wipe coming up, all blueprints will be wiped along with everything else, and then the server's up for 2 weeks. After that 2 weeks, you know, we wipe the server again, but we don't do a BP wipe. So you'll have your BPs from your play earlier. But this is something that should have been in the game already, to be able to control the lift, to be able to call the lift. You don't actually control the lift because, like I said, you could jump down in the hole and then you can go into the basket and you can use the lift to get back up if you wanted to. But we can call the lift up to us so that whoever owns it can call the lift to them so they don't have to jump, kill themselves, go through all the process of, you know, building up their health again, eating all the food that they need to eat and everything else, you know, running in and out of their base after they do it in order to claim their items. There is no benefit to the player per se to have access to the lift call. It's literally no benefit. It's only a benefit to raiders if they had it. You know, because you wouldn't have to jump down and take the chance of dying and losing everything. But there's really no benefit to the owner of the lift, except for not dying when he jumps down. He's not raiding his own base, so there's no benefit to it. And like I said, you can only control one lift. Can't control more than one lift. Some turrets. We got a couple more specialty mods that are exclusive to our server, things that we do. They run automatically. You guys don't have to worry about them, but they help us maintain the server and things like that. Like I said, almost all of our stuff is free. You know, we do have kits, and I think 2 quality of life plugins are tied into that. I'm not sure. But you get those as soon as you buy the wood. You know, any tier kit that you buy, you get those automatically. Even if you buy the low one, it's the same as if you buy the higher one. You still get those quality of life stuff. We're not trying to like limit anybody in the game. Server actually goes live on wipe day. You know, we've been in the testing phase for the past week and a half, just trying to make sure that all our mods that my partner's making are working on the server. Oh. We do have a sort button on here, and we do have a take similar button. Some people don't like this. I don't know why. It's nothing. This doesn't give you any advantage in the game. So it's just a quality of life plugin that we have. You have TC upgrade, so if you were to go to TC, you'll see right here, repair and upgrade. It utilizes your materials, so make sure you have enough materials in there to do it. There's a limit on the repair, like in between how fast you can repair and things like that. The upgrade. Some people were looking for the remover tool. We didn't really want to give the remover tool because the remover tool kind of is cheesy when you can just reseal yourself in and do things like that. Like you can close off your base. We don't want to do that. So we did TC upgrade instead. If that's an issue with the server, if we notice that that becomes an issue with the server and it's being abused, we'll just remove it. And just make it as vanilla as possible. We wanted some quality of life there for you guys, because some of you guys are going to build and you're going to make a mistake, all right? And we don't want the remover tool for you to do that. But maybe you're building some honeycomb around your base, and you close in some honeycomb that still remains stone, but you want to upgrade everything to metal. And then, you know, you do that on the outside, but you come inside, you can't upgrade the stuff that's in the middle. Well, this is just going to give you can upgrade it without having to like break walls and then redo it and all that stuff. Not a lot, not too much of an advantage. It might offer a little advantage. You know, let you build a little bit more crazy without having to think about, you know, what you got to upgrade and leaving things wood to upgrade later or whatnot. But it'll work temporarily. Again, we're still, since the server's new, we're still evaluating everything. And we'll work through all that as we're going through the server. You know, as the server gets older and older, we get more and more people on the server. We'll figure out what works and what don't work. We have no issues taking feedback from people. Unless it's going to be like demands and said, don't make a suggestion in our suggestions. Don't make a demand, because you're not going to get your way, no matter what you do at that point. Don't ask the same question 20 million times. If we answer and you say we're not going to do that, then just, you know, at that point you got a choice. You can play on the server or not. Your choice, your decision. Don't want to play? Don't play. Do want to play? It's fine. But again, if you don't want to play, I mean, that's fine too. That will be your decision at that time, whether or not you want to. I just have like zero patience for people come on, the kids who trying to come on here and ask, you know, try to demand shit. Ain't your server, you're not paying for it, don't make demands. And that's the truth, like, that goes for any server owner. Server owners shouldn't feel obligated to do things that they may not think is a good idea. It's your server. I mean, you have an obligation to the people who come on and play on your server to try and give them a good gaming experience. But if somebody's making too many demands, fuck them. I don't really care. And again, I'm waiting for Doom to come out. As soon as Doom comes out, I will not be active on Rust. I'll be playing that until it gets boring. Rust is a game that I always come back to. I mean, I've been playing since the experimental release. Literally, the first experimental servers when I started playing right away. Saw the game, enjoyed it. It wasn't what Legacy Rust, but it was experimental. Legacy Rust was just crazy. gotta change that to not stacking. Problem is that's in the food category, and I don't know if there's. Yeah, see. This I don't mind stacking, but the water things I do, because the water jugs. I gotta figure that out. We can add to this, I believe. I think we can add to it. Pretty sure. What didn't I take with me? Oh, yes. I need my beat sticks. Beat sticks. I'll keep this just in case I need it. So, Rust is a great game if played, you know, if you can play it the way that you want to play it. It's a little bit hard when, you know, that's part of the appeal of Rust, how difficult it can be at sometimes. Especially when you got people just, you know, trying to kill you all the time. Or people that camp you, or you get raided 5 minutes into the game. You know, a lot of people can't handle that, so they quit playing Rust. I quit because it just gets boring after a while. I don't care about the raiding part stuff. Ugh, that don't mean nothing to me. That's all part of the game. That's how I look at it. You get raided, you get raided. For me, it's more or less the griefing that some people will do, or the shit talking that people will do. I'm not big on the shit talking aspect of the game. Like, if I kill somebody, I ain't gonna be like, ah, you suck, blah blah blah. I just don't. That's not who I am. You know, I don't like. That's like a bully mentality. Like, dickheads really do that kind of stuff, and I don't. Me and bullies, we don't mix. Like, I don't. Anybody who wants to talk all that garbage, you know, because they might have started firing at you, you know, a half a second sooner, and maybe they got a little bit better aim than you, or they just get lucky and get a headshot or whatever. Just don't. Shut the fuck up and play the game. You know what I mean? Got the kill, going about your business. Now, clans, I don't care. They're gonna talk shit to each other all day, and that's cool. Yeah. Or people in chat talking about come raid me, or they want to get raided, and they're talking trash. I ain't saying nothing about that. I don't care about that. But if you're just being a general douchebag, like, I'm gonna give you that verbal assault that you're looking for. And I don't submit to trolls. I allow them to troll me. Like, I already know if somebody's trying to troll or not, trying to get a rise out of me or whatnot. But that don't matter. Because if I respond, I respond. If I don't, I don't. What the? That just scared the shit out of me. Thank you. That is the wrong widget for that. I gotta redo the widgets so they match my theme. But again, like I'm saying, I'm really not gonna be streaming this too much once Doom comes out. So, but again, Rust is just a game you always come back to. It's just a good game. Let me see. Where do I want to go? I'm going there. There's a crate, and I'm gonna go get it. This will break soon, but I ain't worried about it. We do got skin box on the server too for people who want to, utilize the skins that Russ has, but maybe you have to pay for those skins. I got that because I just thought it. I have a ton of skins on my account, so it's not, for me, it's not an issue about skins, but I knew other people don't have that luxury to be spending. And I didn't want them to have to, I always say it's better to support the game, like go out and buy the skins, than just, Plus, any skins that you utilize on our server are only for our server, so they don't work if you go on another server. If people don't know how Skinbox works, that's how it works. But while you're on our server, I wanted you to, have the ability to use the real fancy friggin' garage doors, the boxes that you can get that light up, all that other stuff. I didn't want to limit that for our players. Or even if you want to buy a skin and you're interested in seeing what the skin looks like down, you can utilize Skinbox like that too. And then purchase the skin for other servers if you want to. If you really like it. notes. I want the notes. A lot of people got raided on the server. One guy came on here and just destroyed all these people's bases. I don't know. I don't know how he found them all, but he found them all. I think he's cheating personally, but. And the dude lived on a tugboat. And after he raided everybody, I think he just went out and let the tugboat just do its thing when you're out at sea. And the tugboat will eventually decay if you're out too long or you're logged off too long. And I think that's what he did. Because he's not on the server now. So imagine raiding all the bases. You raided a lot. You raided like 9, 10 bases and then friggin' put everything on the tug. He did whatever he does. He wasn't even from China. Had a Chinese name, but he was from Spain. It's just cracked me up. Standard 15 minutes on crates. When I had the servers before I stopped playing Rust, I had 3 servers, and I made all my crates 5 minutes. Just because it was fast paced. They were pretty fast paced servers, so I made them 5 minutes. We kept them at 15 minutes because we want more PvP engagement on the server. We're not trying to cater to the PvE side of the game. We're trying to cater to the PvP side of the game. With some, I mean, of course, we want people to come on and play Rust also. If they're into PvE, we're not knocking them. So there are no advantages to PvP players over PvE players on our server, right? The PvE has access to everything that a PvP player would have access to. I have seen some servers that run a plugin that allows you to either stay in PvE or stay PvP. I don't know how well they work. It's more of, I guess that would be more of like a toggle. You know how they toggle? In like a New World, you can toggle PvE on and off. I think that's how that plugin works. I don't think it'll fit with our server since we want people, we want PvP engagements, but we don't want PvP players going to kill somebody and they're locked into like PvE and you can't touch them, right? And the PvE guy could just build massive bases and never get raided. Nah, we don't want that. Again, I've seen servers with it, but this is not an MMO. You're not leveling your character per se, so you don't need a system like that in it. This is PvP. Rust. Welcome to fucking Rust. That's how Rust is. Again, force wipe. Server will be official. We'll still be making improvements as necessary on the server, but I mean, we think we got it at a good spot right now. The server does well. Kind of like trying to do custom maps with monuments that the server wants, things like that, and monuments they think are that we don't need. We're going to rely heavily on our population to help us improve the server. That's important for us. But again, we're not going to add shit that's just going to give people an advantage, too much of an advantage over other people. So like I said, we got kits. These are all purchasable kits right here. And again, you purchase one, you get the other two for free. And they're 5, 10, 15, and 20. That's what they are. American dollars. And less if you're European. It's a European server. It's over in Europe. Ping's not bad though. I don't have a horrible ping on the server at all. My nephew plays on here. His ping is fairly decent on here too. Like he's got a way better ping than I do. But again, you purchase any of these, you get the quality of life plugins that are already there on this, because we have a mod that auto permissions, and there's already commands in there for the quality of life mods. You get all the quality of life mods just from purchasing any tier. You'll get that anyway. But if you only want to get wood, $5, 3 kits, and all the quality of life plugins that are on the server. And again, it's like quality life plugins and nothing special. Sort. And you gotta sort. There's no extra stuff. Furnace sorter, right? Furnace splitter. You get that. Stuff like that. But it's up to you. You want to play on the server? You play on the server. Don't. You know, there are tons of servers out there that you can probably find something that fits your play style. That's the beauty of Rust modded community. The modded community in Rust, there's more people playing modded servers than there are official servers, than there are community servers. More people are playing on modded servers because people like those little things that the modded community does. The modded community is really good in Rust, like really good, very active. And they try to think of every little thing that might help your server. Yeah. There are some really stupid mods out there. Don't get it, really overpowered mods too. Shit that'll give you so much of an advantage on a server. It's insane. Or just change the entire playstyle of a server. But the majority of the mods are really, really good. The modding community is really, really active and good. They're just fucking, like I said, pretty incredible as far as mods. Excuse me. It's the same thing they did with Fallout. The modding community made Fallout, the game Fallout, change. They did so much with it. So many different mods you could put on in the modding community. I'd like to see better AI in Rust. More robust AI. I guess more active, more natural. I know that I think it's Kill You did that with the. Was it Kill You? I think it's Kill You. Did that with the. Yo, what's up? Nah, it's not my first live stream, bro. It's I was streaming a lot of other, like I was streaming Once Human a lot and other stuff like that. But I let my streaming slack off because I've been waiting for Doom to come out. So nah, it's not my first stream, but not at all. This is more of like a test for my stream. Because when I used to stream, I was in Philly. Now I'm at Cali and I'm taking care of my mother. So like the difference between the stream quality of what I had in Philly and here is pretty severe. Not so much. It's not that bad. I shouldn't even say that. But I would multi-stream all the time in Philly because I had fiber. And here I only have cable. So the streams, it's your upload speeds that kill streams. And then when you use things like Discord and you have Discord running in the background, that uses your GPU, all that stuff. So your stream gets affected by that kind of stuff. So I wanted to test out the stream. I'm not multi-streaming right now. I can multi-stream, but I'm only streaming on one platform. I'm testing each platform. I'm not trying to multi-stream because I don't know how stressful that's going to be. I'll test that later to see if I can if it'll handle the multi-streaming. Because I stream 4 platforms when I multi-stream. Oh, you're in Harbor. Hello. Quiet. Very quiet. This crate is always a pain for. I hate waiting this long for the crate. Really do. Gives people so much time to counter if they want to. Which may be alright. I don't know. But 15 minutes? 15 minutes is a long time in a Rust day. So, you know, it's taking up a quarter of the Rust 24-hour clock. We have short nights too. We don't have real long nights. You'll see the tick of the time. You know, it's like a 6-minute tick. We purposely set it up that way because we know how people hate nights. Long nights in Rust. I mean, especially if you're going to cater. If you want more PvP, not a whole lot of nighttime PvP going on. Might be a lot of transferring to loot and shit. And maybe some scoundrels that like to raid when you're offline, you know, might try and do it at nighttime to get themselves some cover. But for the most part, PvP engagements, people like, you know, daytime for that shit. So, we lengthen day, lower nights. Crates open. Ugh. Control. Okay. like the longest 15 minutes. I don't like lock crates because of this. The amount of time that you have to wait for them. Can't stand it. I mean, if you're on an oil rig, yeah, because you know you're going to get countered. You know people are going to be active, but you can come on, you know, lower pop servers and just run crates all day long and never have an issue with them. Yeah, that's right. Chunk. That's good. I don't mind the high qual because I need it. That base is fully decayed now. I did check it 2 days ago though, so I knew it was going to decay. Not my base, somebody else. Oh, hello, buddy. Meet you. In the jungle biome, I try not to swim at all through the rivers because I never know where the gators are, and I must have the worst luck because I tried to play in the jungle biome when it first came out, and I love it. I do. Shit. I love it, but I love the jungle biome, but I'm unlucky when I swim across the water for some reason. The rivers always get tore up by an alligator. So I was like, nope, not gonna do that no more. And I also noticed when we started the server up for people to join, almost everybody coming on, none of them were living in the biome. None of them were living in the jungle biome. They were all going out, you know, into the temperate or into the desert or into the snow biome. There's like hardly anybody going to the jungle biome, except for when you spawned. Special silo. Yeah, a little bit, bro. A little bit. What? That should not happen. Something's wrong with this. Something's wrong with this. What? Who changed that shit? Why is this? These are just stack sizes. We did 5 times stack size, 10 on some things like stone and all. So you can be out farming a little bit more. And then, like I said, if people build large clan bases, they don't have to micromanage their TC too much. But something happened to the plugin. I think we might have broken the plugin. That should not be like that, and that should not be like that. And it wasn't until just now, so something happened. Maybe there was an update to Rust that broke the plugin? Don't know. See, if this stacks, then we definitely get our problem. Because this stack size you should normally. Yeah, there's something wrong with the plugin. But what it is, there's something going against the plug. It might be a mod that he's working on. The modder we have for the server. He's also server. one of the server owners. Really looking at there's definitely something wrong though. It should not stack like that. Why is it stacking? I don't know. I had to get him to look at this. Something's not right. Gather rates are fine, but maybe my gather rates are screwed up now because of that too. There must be a change in Rust that did that. We'll have to figure that out. That's the boat path? That's what that is? That's kind of weird. You shouldn't show that, because then people will try. Alright, well that's it for the stream. I tested it for an hour and 15 minutes now. For those who are watching, thank you again. Our server goes live. Well, I mean, you can join the server now if you want to, but it's officially live on this coming up Thursday, which is Force Wipe, I believe. And then our server wipes every 2 weeks. It's a 2-time server with 5 times and 10 times stack size. That may change just before then too. I might kick it down to 5, especially if we're having issues with the stack control. But again, we have quality of life, and we have some kits on here. If you're interested in purchasing kits, that's fine too. But we do offer 1 free kit when you first get into the server, which is again another little small starter kit. Nothing fancy. Hope you guys have a great day, man. Have fun. Be safe.